Sorry, Arthur, but you got defeated by Art. Hello, YouTube. So tonight, I'm gonna talk about Terrifier 3. Before I get started, this will contain some spoilers, so, spoilers alert. And let me get started with the negatives. There is no negatives, so I'm just gonna cut down to the positives. I fucking love this movie. This is the best horror movie of 2024, and now it's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. This movie really um, outgore the first two films, and even the plot is a little bit better too. Even the acting is a little bit better in this one. Um, I like how it's so very dark and gritty, like in the first film, but also feels like a good continuation of the second film. Yeah, there's a lot of creative good kills in this one. And like I said, they really crank up the gore a bit too much, which I really enjoy. I have no complaints over that. And I like how this movie goes overboard with it and how it pushes the limits compared to the first two. The first one felt a lot more grounded. The second one, really like crank up the gore. This one kind of went, completely overboard and really pushes the limits like a lot. And that's what I really like about it. And it was just really dark. And I that's one thing I really love about this movie too, is really dark. There's a lot of scenes that is really reminiscent for me, in my opinion, to the original Evil Dead with damn, what was the one film's name? Oh, Tricky. Fuck, what's her name? Hold up. Oh yeah, Vicky. She's she has a lot more scenes in this one, and she's a lot more brutal and demonic in this one. And even when she talks, she sounds like a Deadeye from the original Evil Dead, and I really enjoy that. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but if it is, thanks for Damien Leone, I believe that's his name, for giving us that fan service. So yeah, she was fucking brutal in this one. Like I said, she carried out a lot more scenes in this one. And another thing I like about this film is that, the dark humor, they really crank up the dark humor in this one as well, with Art's, quirky behaviors and personality. He's a lot more goofier and silly in this one. Well, he's always been since the first two films, but I feel like they definitely crank up the dark humor in this one and its quirkiness, and I really love that. You know, almost the whole entire time I was laughing in the theaters because of Art the Clown. The actor who portrays him, really nails it at that character. And also Sienna, she does a very good job. I mean, the actress, I forgot her name, but she really does a good job as Sienna, the protagonist, and I really love her in this one too. She does a very good job of expressing fear and anxiety, and also towards the very end, her becoming a badass, a final girl, as she was in the second one, and she's actually became one of my favorite final girls next to Sidney Prescott and Laurie Strode. I felt like, to me, she's like the new Laurie Strode. Let's see what else. Yeah, this movie, like I said, this movie is very dark. It's very demonic and twisted, and that's what I love most about this film. So many horror films nowadays really is afraid to push its limits, and this one have no boundaries at all of when it comes to pushing its limits to how gory and grotesque it is. Because, I'll be honest, this is the most demonic and twisted and gory and grotesque film that I've ever seen in my entire life. It definitely pushes the boundaries more than the first two films. I will say that. And this movie is not for the faint of heart, but I really loved it and I loved everything about it. You know, I'm not lying. This is literally like the best horror movie of 2024 and one of my favorite horror movies of all time now. So that's why I give this movie a solid 6 stars. That's how much I love it. Anyways, that's all for tonight. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I highly recommend checking this movie out if you're a gore fan. If not, then be cautious because this movie is not for the faint of heart.